Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here from Watching Walford bring you the Halloween edition of the podcast. It's been 43 weeks, and, well, it's going to come out 2 days before Halloween, but we're not dressed up on the day. Come on now. At least I'm not. I'm lazy. How's it going, Piggy?
It's going good. I'm going to put my Halloween mask on, if that's all right.
Yeah.
This is going to be on for the entire podcast, so if I sound muffly...
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Hello.
All right. So, what is... You know, what's happening all there? What's happening? What is that?
I've gone as my granddad. Burnt face, burnt t-shirt, burnt pants. So, for Halloween, I went as my granddad. Sadly, couldn't get his petrol can because they threw that out.
Bastards.
But, bastards indeed. So yeah, I'm going to sound muffly for the podcast, but I might just lift the mask up like that.
Yeah, it don't sound too good. I'll be honest, mate.
But I spent €7 on this, so fuck it.
Oh yeah, that mask has got to go off. That's bad.
I'll wear it like that.
And I will reveal my lovely little Halloween costume just after I talk about what we're actually going to be discussing this week. This episode of Watching Walford is going to discuss all of the topics and the biggest storylines from week 43 of 2023. All the episodes going from the 23rd of October all the way to the 26th. And the main stories they're a little bit scattered. It's been a bit of a weird week. I had a bit of time off to try sort my head out a bit. So not the most notes-driven podcast this week. A bit more loose. You know, I just imagine Piggy's hosting it, but instead, when Piggy hosts it, I've got the reins fucking cut. So obviously the main storylines we're going to talk about is usually 4. Going to go through Sharon snubbing Keanu of his parental rights. This leading into a big dramatic week where obviously Keanu, plans to do something about it. What's he do? You'll never know. Priya charms Nish, just a little side one, because it's a really fun but stupid angle that they're going with here. It's working perfectly. Nish is a dirty old perv, let's be fucking real. And then the other 2 ones, which kind of coincide. We also have more information about Cindy's secret bidder for the Power Mash shop, which we'll later learn. Not just yet, but speculation, of course.
I'm just gonna point it out for people. Yeah, it is Dean Wicks. So.
And finally, Jay is involved in a car crash. He's in a critical condition, and he could possibly die. Will
Probably
he die?
not.
Who knows? No.
Because if he was gonna die, we'd fucking find out months ago.
I very much so. I got reminded of a picture that they all took, night shoot, guys, and it's fucking Keanu, it's Ben, it's Jay, it's Alfie. So, well, sorry, lad, sorry to spoil that big one for you. Jay is not dying.
He could be a ghost, you know.
Apparently.
Spooky.
Yeah. And now for the wonderful reveal of my tremendous Halloween costume. Just fuck it. Oh, jeez. Oh. Sexy skeleton.
Sexy skeleton.
And just the one to get everybody very confused. I'm trying to figure out. Nah, I can't do that.
What's on the bottom?
I can't do that on the podcast.
No. But just describe it. What's on the bottom?
Well, it's just a pair of joggers, and I was gonna do the old just shift them all down, but then went, nah, this was a lot shorter when I initially bought it, and wouldn't be leaving much to the imagination, and I don't need anybody telling me that I've got a fucking dumpy. You know, I'm good. All right, I'll manage. I'm proud of what I got. I'm not sharing it with the world, not just yet. Just you wait till we get the members, lads. Whoa, there you go.
I thought he was going as a wrestling fan. You know, the most disgusted person ever, a wrestling fan.
Exactly.
There
we are.
Yeah, follow us on One More Match 182. Thank you very much.
Halloween, happy Halloween, happy Halloween.
Ooh.
It's here. Piggy, how do you intend to spend the Halloween?
Well, people know me. I haven't bought the tickets yet. I should really buy the tickets. Probably going to see Five Nights at Freddy's on Halloween night. Probably not going to see it at 8:30 at night because I'm not roaming the streets of my town. Knowing the fuckers will probably try and throw bangers at you. I'm not going to watch it at 5:30. I'm probably going to watch it at 3:30. It's not R-rated. I think it's just PG-13, which disappointed me because Five Nights at Freddy's, as we all know, it's kind of it's a horror game. Yeah. But the first one was.
I mean, it doesn't need to be fucking. It doesn't need to be like.
Yeah, but I want to see.
It doesn't need to be an 18.
I need to see Freddy fucking munch on someone's head. Like, I'm dead. No.
I mean, it's. Yeah, that's hopefully that noise in there. I don't know. It's not really. I think it doesn't need to be super. Well, I mean, 15s are basically 18s at this point. Like fucking I swear Logan was a 15. And Logan just casually braining people with his fucking spikes. Like, whoa, Jesus. You know?
Like, I understand why. Apparently in Belfast, it's getting a different rating. And I'm not making that up. That is apparently a true report. That they have to rate it different in Belfast. Like I could have just been a rumour I read, but...
Typical Belfast. Wankers.
But yeah, I understand why you don't want it to be 18s. You kind of want to do.
I mean, you want it to be a widespread thing, all right? You want it to be a big, successful movie. You want to make multiple of them. Market it to the largest possible audience, right?
Don't want to say like family friendly, but you do want to bring your kids who are a bit old, not like a 5-year-old.
No.
You're fucking scared of 5-year-old going in at animatronics. Yeah. But you bring your like 10-year-old or. Well, I'd say more of a teenager who's like 12, 13.
Yeah, you're a slightly edgier teen. Not that edgy because he's still 12, but likes some cooler horror stuff. Horror.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting if the movie's good. The movie's already out, I think. I haven't seen any of the spoilers. I'll probably see a spoiler. Going by the games, fucking William Afton is the dirty den of the Five Nights at Freddy's universe because you cannot kill William Afton. He just comes back. And that's not a spoiler, that's true. In every game, they kill him and he comes back in the next game. So it quite literally is like a horror film where they're like, we killed Jason Voorhees. Is he dead? No, he's coming back.
That's how they always do it anyways. Oh, Michael Myers is dead, finally. Oh, he's back. He didn't die. What? Yeah, but he didn't die though. Sound. Cheers. Yeah, it's one of those things. The one thing I always laugh at is all the like Five Nights at Freddy's like mentalists who just like, the lore's just so deep, guys. It's like you're playing a fucking game where you watch cameras on a screen. Alright? Let's not be acting like it's some fucking perfectly. Let's not act like the lore's there. You're just playing it because scary game.
I don't know if it's true, but apparently in like the books that the man was writing to kind of like canonize the universe, like expand the universe. Apparently, you had MatPat be fucking pregnant with a baby. So I'm not saying that.
Some say living out vicariously through your books.
Yeah, not saying like that.
A child, man. Yeah.
Not saying he has a kink for like MatPat. But...
Yeah. There we are.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. How's your week been though? Just smash
my week's been good. Watching Jacksepticeye guy play Spider-Man 2 because I don't have a PS5.
Yeah.
And I'll probably wait until 5 years time when I get a good PC and play it on the PC.
It's quite funny that Jake, one of my best mates, he was just like, I need a side hustle. It's like, why? Well, what? I want to buy Spider-Man on PS5. Don't have the money for that. Ugh.
What did he say? He needs to what?
Needs a side hustle.
Oh, side hustle, alright. Well, Jake, OnlyFans, gets big bucks.
Yeah, it's just like a funny little thing. I need a side hustle. I want to buy Spider-Man.
The best thing about the Spider-Man games is obviously you get all the suits, like you unlock nearly every single suit. I don't know if Japanese Spider-Man is is suit unlockable for people who want to know what Japanese Spider-Man is. It's a very fucking. It was a show created in the 60s or 70s, and they basically went, you know, Spider-Man. What if we just make him a batshit mentalist with guns? Like, I recommend you checking it out. There's a scene where he steals a gun from the mafia and just starts shooting them. And he also gets this giant dinosaur robot thingy as well in the show. And he has his own car. It is like if you're stoned, I recommend you watching it. He is now labeled Japanese Spider-Man. He technically wasn't canonized. Like, he wasn't. I know I'm using that term, but he wasn't really canon for years until they kind of just went, okay, maybe we should canon him, and they did. So yeah, but Spider-Man 2 seems like a great game. It does stuff you can't do in the movies. Like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but like, you get to see more of the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, because you can't really do that in movies because, you know, let's just say, for instance, a roller coaster is exploding. You can't really have Tom Holland Spider-Man go in there and save everyone, because that would cost the industry thousands upon thousands to do in the money. So it is nice to see. I know I technically haven't played the game. I'm just watching someone play the game, but leave me alone. I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. But yeah, so I've been enjoying that. Do love the fact that the Raimi suit is in it, because that's my childhood. It's that Raimi suit. Fucking
that
love
being
it.
the like classic Spider-Man trilogy, like early 2000s.
I would grab the figure, but he's in my Mario box, and I'm not going there.
Just for anybody to.
Yeah, it's the original two. It's the 2002.
The one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, him. Not the 1960s weird live action one. Yeah, the I want to say the most iconic until Tom Holland, because Andrew Garfield wasn't
really.
I don't want to say Andrew Garfield's
I think in terms of like there's a Spider-Man in the new kind of the new Spider-Man. It's not even that new at this point, but, you know. In that sense, it didn't really stand out beyond its like peers. You know, it's a very superhero movie in a field of a shit ton of superhero movies. Whereas the original Spider-Man or the Sam Raimi trilogy kind of felt like it kind of everybody was like, yeah. Everybody fucking loved it.
It's Spider-Man 2, like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. Oh, it is my favorite like superhero film of all time. Well, now I will never get old seeing it. Like when he stops the train. It reminds me of my childhood.
I mean, to be fair, you could say that your current jumper looks a bit like the fucking really basic bitch Spider-Man costume.
I am Spider-Man. Look, this even has. Look what it even has.
Oh.
So, Wait, I'm flashing it. Yeah, but again, people who I want to get a Spider-Man tattoo so badly of the three main ones and Miles Morales. I know people have a weird ick towards that, where they're like, "Why would you get someone's logo printed on you? That's just branding." It's like, yeah, but I'm not getting a massive fucking Pepsi tattoo. I mean,
imagine if you just got the like 4 heads. Be pretty cool. Just on one, like on like an arm. That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, how's your week been, and what are you going to do for Halloween?
I'd probably have all the lights off. Fuck off. Maybe I'll get a pumpkin if I'm feeling it. Carve a pumpkin. Do that. But fundamentally, turn them fucking lights off. Shut the curtains. Nobody's in. Fuck off.
No, see what you do, Ash, is you buy all the sweets for yourself. And then
that does happen. It's like, oh yeah, let's buy some sweets. Nobody comes. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, it's all gone. Oh, sound.
Man, I love Halloween though. It's the only time of year where you can be fat. That and Easter. And Christmas.
Mate, you're doing it all year round. You got no issues.
I know. I got no issues.
You're chilling all year round.
Probably got heart problems, but that's going to be undiagnosed for at least 20 years.
Me too, mate. Don't you worry. Mine's in a family history. Yeah, my week's been weird. Obviously, it probably didn't notice any change on the channel because we had a bunch of stuff recorded. But I took a couple days out to recalibrate, I guess. I was in that middle stage where you go from enjoying something a lot and then you don't enjoy it anymore. So you kind of need something else to like bundle that enjoyment and like keep it all going. Because what I realized throughout a lot this year is you generally need a good balance of things. Like, yeah, sure, this channel's fucking getting numbers, it's doing great, the watch time's going up, we're halfway to the memberships thing. You know, we're fucking skyrocketing. But if I'm not enjoying stuff out of the channel, I'm not really going to be enjoying much within the channel. So ultimately, I need a couple of days to try. Yeah, I'll just very specifically say it's trying to avoid that depression type deal, right? Where you basically see yourself looking over the void and you're like, I really don't want to be back there. So you're like fucking scratched and clawing to try and avoid going to that point. And so far it's been moderately successful. We're not at the other side just yet. Still a bit of a battle, but ultimately we've run out of videos, so
we're not.
We were prepared, but we weren't that prepared.
We're not going to record. Probably the only video we're going to record after this is obviously one more match, something for one more match, maybe Halloween related, maybe not. And then we're not doing any recording tomorrow. We'll definitely be doing recording Saturday, strictly. Sunday we're probably off, or we might just get behind schedule a little bit. And then Monday, full balls to the wall. We'll fucking plow on. And by the fourth video, I'm like, oh no, not another Reddit video. No.
Yes.
Why is George Knight so loved? I just don't understand. Back in my day, and I'm like,
It's been it's been one of them weeks, but I like to try to be as transparent as possible with these things. It's not bad to talk about these things. Perfectly reasonable. Everybody I've talked to has pretty much given me the same, like, yeah, I'm here if you need it, mate. Cheers, fantastic. That's how you know you're surrounded by good people.
I just want to probably be recorded in person when we're together. I think just wanted to throw that in. But probably when we're together, we're probably going to do a video on Movember. I'm shaving Tuesday, of course. So you're probably going to notice my shit like face without my weird.
I mean, your face is fine. It's not like the facial hair's adding much.
I know, but still.
Your face is fine, mate. You'll manage without it.
No, I like being like just like that. Ooh, like I think of something
like
with my little chinny.
You've got more eyebrows than any other facial hair. You don't need them, mate. Don't need it.
Leave my Oasis eyebrows alone.
Yeah. But
yeah, if you look at the fucking 90s Liam and Noel, big bushy eyebrows.
The bush. But yeah, ultimately, it's not been the best week, but ultimately, it's
it'll get better.
This week gets better. This week does well, which it has been. I've been streaming on Twitch. Aqua Dreams, good chill vibes, great fun. And yeah, it's been working so far. So that's fucking good news, because this year's been a pretty rough one, all in all. There's been a lot of upheaval. There's been a lot of shit that didn't go as planned. There's been a lot of stuff that has, like, completely changed. So hopefully we keep shit in order.
I did also offend someone again in a Discord because, just again to get my wrestling reference in here, Ric Flair debuted on Dynamite and Christian came out, and I was like, please, Christian. Now, for people who want context, Ric Flair has two sons. One of them is David, who's a very shit wrestler. One of them is Reed, who's dead. So I want Christian to come out and go, Ric Flair, you had a son, but he's dead. He did not.
And for the context, in case, because you did miss a whole key point. Christian's a bad guy, and one of his main sticking points is he just tells people that their dad's dead, essentially.
He does, and I love it.
He's not supposed to be cheered, but it's kind of one of those things where it's so outrageous that it's kind of like, yeah, like it's funny, but it's ridiculous. Wrestling's a strange thing. As I said before, one more match for all our wrestling takes and opinions. We don't want to clog it up, you know. Plus, alternatively, Piggy gets to learn all the old YouTubington stuff, and I get to do none of it.
And I'm just sat here like, you can't help me. Like, you just learn. I'm like, you're like me. You're like me, mom. Just fucking learn, will you? And I'm like,
well, I'm not, if you ask me specifically, I'll be like, what do you think? I'd say this, but fundamentally, you're like, what do I do? And I'm like, I'm not fucking helping you. This is your bit now. Where was my help when I started all this stuff?
Hey, you had 4 years experience.
Yeah, but who was making me do it then? Me.
Best fucking person I know.
It was me. But yeah, there we are. It's just kind of, it's been alright. Be back next week, back to normal, hopefully. Having a chill time. Obviously, the horror movies have fallen off. It was a cool thing to do, and I like what we did. I just deciding to do Scary Movie, which was a me decision, was a terrible idea. And I just went, if I'm feeling like shit, I'm not gonna be putting myself up to do more stuff.
Obviously for context, like obviously I've been bugging asked like we should watch Scary Movie, and then I realized wait no we shouldn't because this came out in 2000 or 2001, and like we grew up with more of the 2010s humor. Yeah. Where like there are still people calling it F slurs or slurs.
It's also there's a lot of people just watch the fucking Family Guy and all that shit, right? And then you get that kind of like slightly edgy, but you know.
Yeah, and then like but I hope the videos are all nested. I don't know if it is going to be uploaded.
It's still on the PC, but
yeah, it is one of our worst videos, and I even say that. I say our first ever podcast is better than that because we literally can't go off anything because it's like, oh, do you know what's funny about this?
Yeah,
she's a trans woman. Ha ha. Oh, what's funny about Doofy? He's dumb, but he's not actually dumb because plot twist.
It's one of those things. We will be doing it. We'll probably do a bunch of Christmas movies as well. If we're feeling particularly fancy, maybe we'll even just kind of, I don't know. We'll probably maybe do a Christmas horror one there because there's a good old Christmas slasher that I love with all my heart.
Is it Gingerbread Man?
No. Fuck Gingerbread Man. It's obviously Silent Night, Deadly Night. Where a guy who clearly has PTSD.
Even if I heard that, what's going on in the background? Someone's checking your brother.
Clearly has PTSD and is forced to be around like Santa, or a guy dressed up as Santa killed his family in front of him. And it's Christmas time, so he's obviously getting that trauma, and he just snaps and just starts murdering everyone. It's great fun. Sounds unreasonable when you say it like that, but it's great fun. Love the movie. But yes, maybe in between we'll do some other stuff if we get the time in November. But obviously November is for the second week of November is obviously when Piggy comes to visit.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to record some actual videos at the time, like some current videos, not just fucking Christmas videos are done. Did you guys not record any of the other videos for the channel that are gonna come out soon? Oh, bloody hell! Oh.
Hey, Peggy, I don't want you in the room. Get on your fucking phone. Go into my brother's bedroom. Sit on the bed and go on your phone and fucking record there, you peasant. And I'm like, obviously,
I suppose the podcast will be in person for sure. We know that much.
Obviously, it's going to be very interesting because me and Ash, like, I've already met an online friend. People who know Ferg, I've met Ferg, but I've never met Ash. And like, at least Ferg was very. No. Hopefully, this doesn't degrade you. But where Ferg was very upbeat and like not really nervous, or he didn't show it. I'm more like Ash is gonna be like.
Oh, it'll be the most like stripped back fucking.
Hello. Do you want a hug?
Like
high five.
Earlier in the year, I met one of my best mates called Courtney, and obviously I met her in person. And like in building up to this, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be like fucking rock and roll, baby. We're gonna go out and have drinks, and we're gonna party. It's gonna be great fun. And then ultimately, it was the most laid back nonsense ever, and that's honestly probably the right like temperature check for me.
Because obviously I already kind of have my plan for what I want to do. I don't really want to go out partying every single night, because I'm like, no, please, Ash, you know me. But on the last night there, I will go out and party with Ash, and then leave on the Friday. I'll go quietly into the distance, go on the wrong train, and end up in Wales for some reason.
Yeah.
Hello, bud. What are you doing here, bud? I don't know. Help me, Ash.
I was just Piggy passed me the phone. You right, bud? Oh, fucking hell, you seen it? What are you doing? Recording. It's.
Does your brother want to get in the video? Come on, get your brother in.
No, it's just got that like fucking. There is a present camera. Avoid camera.
It's like again. It's like the. Have you ever seen the video where?
Yeah. Nah, all in.
It's all in. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Your name has remained anonymous. It's like it's like that. Do you remember that one WWE clip where the guy's cutting a promo and then like Hawk walks out and just walks back into the room? That's your brother. He walks in. He's like,
oh. Like that fucking like Grandpa Simpson. Just, do. Ow. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, obviously in the next 2 weeks that'll be happening. We'll meet for the first time. It'll be kind of wild. Have some videos currently going on. Have some Christmas videos planned. One of the videos already done. I've been a busy boy. And a lot of it will just be hanging out, honestly, because it's not like Piggy's gonna get it. How was the flight? Well, we got fucking 5 videos to record today, motherfuckers. It's like, nah, just enjoy the time. Don't need to rush anything. Whatever gets done will get done.
I'm just afraid because apparently I have to sleep in his brother's bed, and I'm just afraid that I'm gonna literally just sit on it, and I'm gonna hear just.
Yeah, for context, that bed it's quite old, it's quite mangled, but you know, and worst comes to worst, it's getting chucked out anyway. So.
Yeah, man.
Not saying break it, of course.
Just wait, 1, 2, 3.
Not saying break it, because that is your place of sleep. But yes, have fun with that. Anything else before we actually start the podcast?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. I don't know, bud.
I don't know, bud.
I've been doing that a lot to my dad. I don't know, bud. I don't know about this one, bud. I don't know if this is a good film, bud. Just been doing that to my dad. Because, just a quick side story. I'm not going to name his full name, but I call him Waluigi because he walks like Waluigi. And, because he does the chicken walk when he walks. He's very lanky. He leans over and he walks like that. He's on my mother's side of family. And he'll go up there and go, I got toilet roll, 5 for €10, 5 for €10. Like he's like a businessman. He's trying to be a businessman. I was like, it'd be funnier if he was Welsh. Like, I've got these shoes, bud, brand new, 40 quid. Yeah, I can get them for 50 quid in Sports Direct. Yeah, 40 quid, bud.
This is how, mate. Is this all safe? Yes, bud. Absolutely fucking safe, bud. Best in this side of Wales. We're an island, though. I don't know about that, bud.
Look at the sign, bud.
You know what I'm seeing? And then just gets beaten out of town.
But yeah,
not all stories have a happy ending.
But yeah, again, let's get into the Eastenders, because that's why people are here, I think, maybe.
I mean, the watch time on this podcast is kind of ridiculous, considering how little we talk about EastEnders.
I don't know about that now.
Like, I don't know. People must be liking the shit we do because there's like 20 minutes of watch time, and we don't even get to the EastEnders in that time. It's like, oh well, do. What are they talking about? So, did you know that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man? Ah, fucking it. Keanu. What? What are you saying?
I made this joke to Ash before we start. I made this joke to Ash before that his head's just full of voices. Like Kid Keanu is just like how Venom tries to take over Peter Parker. Kid Keanu is trying to take over Ash. He's just inside his head like, I want a yogurt. I want a fucking yogurt. Give me a yogurt. No, Keanu. Give me a yogurt, please.
Yeah. Well, perfect. All the voices are all just different accents in my brain. The Welsh one tells me to not do anything. Guys, should I do this? I don't know, but sound. I just like
to imagine. I just like to imagine the Welsh accents fighting Keanu.
Yeah, and speaking of Keanu, this one's a lot shorter, obviously, and a lot of these, basically, the one main topic at the end is actually going to be one we're probably going to discuss, but a lot of these are very tertiary in comparison. This week was dominated by Jay and his, like, fucking struggling, and there'll be a lot to complain about later on, I guarantee, because I was getting fucking livid watching this week. One thing I just wanted to note, did you notice this at all when watching the episodes? It felt like, I don't know if it was just Thursday's or Wednesday's episode, but it felt like they forgot the fucking tripod. Because all the fucking cameras like, like, I was like, oh yeah, focus on Jay. I'm like, what the fuck? Just, the tripod's in the truck, lads. Get the fucking tripod. Stop fucking shaking. Like, sometimes EastEnders likes to be a bit cheeky with its, like, cinematography. Like, it's all, look, it's all wobbly because he's out of control. Look, whoa, does he know where he is? Whoa. Nah, I just look like they forgot tripod. Opted for the old shaky cam. Yeah, it's just funny. I hope somebody else noticed that too.
I did.
But yes, alright, so Sharon snubs Keanu with his parental rights. Yeah, so obviously, Keanu's been trying to seduce Sharon in order to get his name on the birth certificate, so he actually has rights, which currently he has none. And it's, it's manifest in a weird way, because each time, basically, Keanu is starting to be smart rather than emotional. So now he's actually like, this is fine. Like very quickly on, Reese buys Sharon a make your own will kit for her birthday. Classic Reese. Make your own will. Have at it. And then a very long and awkward conversation, like, it's not a bad idea. And this obviously gets her thinking, like, okay, what's going to happen when if I die? Because, she's not a spring chicken anymore. Like
54.
54. 53 is the new 54, as they say. And yeah, this kind of gets her thinking, like, what am I gonna do if I die? But then, like, halfway through the week, Jay and Keanu nearly fight, and she goes, "Fuck you! You're not getting any rights. You know who actually is gonna get rights? Zack. Fuck you, Keanu." And then Keanu's like, "This is fine." Fair enough. No issues here. And then obviously at the end of the week, he's with Karen, like, fucking kidnapping the kid, bitch. Fuck, taking away my kids.
Yeah, right. Right. This always upsets me about TV shows. I understand the character, right? But this upsets me. He's not the real dad. Yeah, your dad doesn't have to be your real dad to be a parent figure.
Oh, what, for Zack?
Yeah, because the way Keanu went, he's not, or the fat one, Karen, when he's not the real dad. And I'm like, yeah, but Karen, you do realize the mother of Keanu's kid was raised by an illegitimate dad and mother called Angie and Dan. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Angie and Dan didn't have sex. They were a very
that is
sexless
true.
marriage. So there is no way that's Sharon's kid, that they're Sharon's kid. So, like...
Yeah, I mean, she's adopted.
Again, yeah, no, that's what I meant. So, like, I don't understand this whole...
Just box it in. That's the joke. That's the point.
So, like, I don't get why Karen's like, oh, yeah, but he can't be the real... He's not the real dad. Of course he's not the real dad. Leave him alone.
I mean,
He's
ultimately, would I trust my kid with Keanu or Zack? I trust it with Zack. Let's be fucking honest here. But it is kind of fucked out. Keanu's not actually on the...
No, it's not. I wouldn't put Keanu on it.
Rather. It's kind of... He is the dad, though. Like, I get that she didn't know. It could have been Phil, could have been Keanu. But, like, it's not like she got him tested. She just kind of decided that Keanu was the dad.
But are we sure that Keanu's the dad? Because it might not be.
I mean, the baby's not bald. He's got hair. He's got to be Keanu's.
Ben's Phil's kid and he has hair.
Not for long. That's going. Poor bastard.
Roxy and Ronnie. Oh, wait. They have no hair because they're dead.
No, their hair never stops growing.
Does it not? Oh.
No.
I did look at that. I did look at that alternative ending. I don't know if it's true. The one with Ronnie or Roxy.
Yeah, the one where Ronnie's like just crying because Roxy's dead. Yeah, I want to. We'll talk about this stuff in a video because there's a lot of like good, cool stuff. There was a bunch of alternate endings that were filmed. Like everybody filmed like 6 people filmed the like. No, you don't understand. After Archie died, no, you don't understand. No, you're not listening to me. I killed Archie. It was me. And then because Peggy did one, Janine did one, Max did one. Billy did one. Like, it's wild to look at all the alternate endings that they actually filmed. And hopefully the actual alternate ending is Ronnie and Roxy are alive. And they're just chilling in, like, Ibiza or some shit,
The problem, again, I understand this is on about Keanu, but the problem I have with this is they're going to bring them back when no one wants them back. It's going to be like 20 years' time. Because I understand Chris Crenshaw does want to bring them back, but isn't Roxy or Ronnie like contracted to Hollyoaks?
Roxy's at Hollyoaks. Oh, Jesus. I nearly did the Leakingtons. Not leaking that one. I just remember reading a good theory. But that video's not been made, so it didn't happen.
Video about it's about Hollyoaks.
No, I'm not giving away any of the details.
Pause the podcast and tell me, you fucker.
No, it's all...
You leave me on the edge.
Yeah, well...
Edging me.
Fuck it, go on then. Hold on. Alright, so the leak has been unleaked. It's been piped up. It's all wonderful. The fuck are we talking about? Keanu, Zack, Sharon?
Yeah, but again, EastEnders are going to bring back characters. Like, past or sell-by date. Like, if Keanu gets written off, do you think they're going to bring him back in 5 years' time? No, they're going to wait 20 years and be like, here's Keanu, fat, out of shape, bald.
And then all the fucking 12-year-olds are going to be like... What 12-year-old's going to be like in 30 years? Going to be like flossing with their like interfaces. But then they're not going to be flossing, they're going to be doing like a handstand and like... just fucking hitting it. And with their like visual interface so they can go, who is Keanu Taylor? Keanu Taylor was fucking shit sound. Cheers, Google. That's all I needed.
It's just a clip of you doing the Kid Keanu voice. That's all it is.
That sounds shite. Excuse me. But yeah, it's obviously this is all ramping up to Keanu's gonna kidnap Albie.
Probably.
And he's definitely kidnapping Albie. And well, yeah, I say probably actually, because we have seen that he's supposed to be the one trying to marry Sharon at Christmas. So, it's leading to the idea that maybe he is the body on the floor at Christmas. But ultimately, this week it was a very non-issue. It wasn't particularly important, so we are ramping up.
Can I just say, you know, like how we were talking about alternate endings, like for Roxy and Ronnie and for other things?
Yes.
I fucking hope that are they leaked the alternative endings, or are they just posted online?
No, they genuinely just posted it somewhere.
I hope that we get alternative endings for the Christmas ending. Like, so
yeah,
it
would be a super interesting. It's like, I mean, it happens with all the whodunits, right? There's always multiple victims it could be.
Like obviously, so let's just say that Keanu dies. Let's say that's written in. And then let's say there's another one where Dean Wicks is the killer, where he's dead. Yeah, like, there's all these different alternative endings.
For sure, it'd be super interesting to see. I agree.
Obviously, we already covered it, but Dean Wicks is possibly back because some gobshite went, here's a photograph, chick.
Isn't this some more of the Lola really good? And he's like sat there in the corner, like, hey
lads, what you doing? Yeah, I'm in fucking 18.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not saying Talking Walford fucking made this theory complete, but everybody's believing it. Even, I bet, like, someone's random Nanzu's on YouTube is like, EastEnders. Who's Dean Wicks? Dean Wicks is gonna die at Christmas. You know, like, mate, that video blew up. He's made that theory a thing. And look at it, it's all coming true. And guess who was on that train beforehand? Whoa, it was me. Mostly because I saw the script ahead of time. Check this for me, mate. Yeah, it's sound.
Not saying that Ash is the innovator of this, but Ash is the innovator of this. He was on the train beforehand. So Talking Walford, I need you to get down on your hands and knees and fucking apologise to us and say we were the innovators and actually give us a shout out instead of being stingy and saying you created the idea.
Definitely was not my idea.
So Ash created it, and you better credit us when he dies at Christmas. You fucker. You fucking slag. You fucking slag. Credit us.
Love you, Talking Walford. Absolutely.
Yeah, we love you, but
videos.
Ash is the innovator of this idea. Watching Walford is the innovator of this idea of Talking Walford. Tom, that's your real name. His name's not Tom.
Stig.
I just like Tom.
I don't know.
I just like to imagine his name's fucking Jeff. Like his name's just like Dave.
But yeah, essentially, this is ramping up to Keanu possibly snatching LB and leading into Karen's inevitable exit. Like, maybe Karen will be left in the dark as Keanu realizes that he does actually love Sharon, and gonna lead to the wedding, and hopefully just Keanu getting dropped, please. Can we just have him be done there? I love him because of the shit I've been doing to make him fun, but don't love the character. Not really having a good time with this stuff. It's just like, you're wasting the best years of Sharon on this. Like, that's just an insult. Like, people could look at Sharon over the last decade and be like, what the fuck has she even done? Like, you know. But there we are. Let's talk about the other fairly minor but also funny storyline. That being Priya starts to seduce Nish. Like, look, she's a woman of the world. She knows what she's got, and she's immediately just been like, hello, Nish, fucking, hey, Nish, you know, like, fucking...
Please tell me you're wearing a tank top underneath that.
Nah, that's all my bare chest, motherfucker.
Want to reveal more?
I'm good. I was just avoiding the nipple.
Damn.
Although, if the nipple was here, there would be some problems, so... But yeah, you know, she at all points she's decided that Nish is a bit of an easy target, and she's like, bloody hell, I've just not got any fucking clothes. And you know, she's like, but you're so sophisticated, you know, you buy your wife the nicest clothes. It's nice to see a man providing for his woman, and like bending over and just like, these aren't appropriate, are they? All the tricks. Nish is a fucking old perv, is what he is.
He's Dirty Dan, modern Dirty Dan.
So obviously they go to the shop. He comes out in a bomber jacket and a t-shirt. He's a suits man. All right, don't take the suits away from him. And she's in some slightly more formal clothes. And then she's just like, oh, bloody hell, I just can't get a job. And he's like, well, we've got a minute, Mark. And then Suki's like, really, homie? really home slice?
Right, early prediction. Priya sees Eve and Suki kiss and tells Nish.
Oh. No, I'm not... Well, I feel like, obviously, Priya and Suki are built into a massive bitch fight, right? At some point. Yeah. Like, that's what we're here for. Priya's been the best at, like, fuck you. You don't owe... I don't owe you shit. And it's just this, like, will they, won't they fucking just decide that they're the worst people. And it's got to lead to a bitch fight. And it's also got to lead to a really good relationship, like, a year down the line. When obviously they both have a moment where they're both vulnerable and they both help each other. And then they have this like ridiculously strong dynamic where they're both like, fuck you. It'll be fantastic.
Do love Priya doing the old having a snack on the job, you know, open a packet of crisps, you know.
She left that shit loose though.
Yeah, why did you leave it? No, she actually picked up the crisps afterwards.
Okay. Okay, I was going to say, I was like, don't you be doing that.
Do you know what'd be funny? Do you know, like, if Nish came out like a council estate person, just tracky bottoms on, tracky jumper on, big wife beater vest, hair all over the place like that, just all over the place.
Sorry, there's just some side news going on. Some news about something else I like to... I'm like, what? He's gone? Fucking hell. Absolutely crazy shit. I don't know. I've not talked enough about it to bring it up on the show. But, yeah. Fucking wilding out here. Yeah, but it's been funny to just see Priya Nish is putty in her hands. And obviously Nish thinks that he's the one, like, doing it all. And Suki gets a bit of a, like, you know, like, oh, you said you'd lock up, wouldn't you? And then instead of going for a drink with Priya, he just goes, early night, Suki. There we are. That's it. That's all they do.
You want to pump Suki early night, you know? Pump and dump. Pump, dump, and run.
I mean, they've been married for 20 years, mate. I don't really think that's on the card. But there we are. It's once again, it's all minor in terms. There's a lot of the night drama and the J drama going on this week. That's been the main big driving factor. So let's move on to the next one. That being Cindy's secret bidder. We're not going to talk so much about the like Anna and actually, fuck it. Okay, so this week Anna starts to open up to Cindy a bit more. You know, she starts to feel that she needs. They get all their gear from like Marbella. And, like, you know, like, oh, look at all our stuff. It's great. Yeah. Woo. Fantastic shit. And, you know, they reminisce. They think about it. They all get happy and nostalgic. And then Cindy and George start to open up to each other a little bit more as well. Because, you know, they are still parents. They do share that bond. You know, they talk about the kids. And, you know, they're like, maybe we should do this more often. And, you know, Cindy holds George's arm. And then Elaine's like, what are you doing? Take it back. Take it back. Fuck, was this the same week that Cindy and Elaine had lunch?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
They got a lovely lobster.
Yeah, and George offers Cindy half of the bar money. Because... fair enough. It was yours. It was a joint venture. And no, obviously...
It was Rose Knight. Rose Knight's not a real person.
Yeah, but you know, George is still fundamental.
She doesn't get half.
I'm not entertaining this.
She left for 10 years.
I'm not still in the podcast for another 10 minutes talking about this.
No, but I'm speaking about rant here. She left for 10 years, nearly 10 years, because her little daughter got hit over the head with an ashtray or something. with a music box. She could have stayed in Spain, not found out until 2023, and they could have been a happy couple. George could have rocked that look forever, but no, she had to leave all because a stupid child did a stupid thing and died. Their child died for that stupid reason. That child could have fucking smacked Bobby Beale in the face, but no, they let that happen. They were vulnerable. They let that happen. Cindy does not get anything. She doesn't deserve anything. She does not deserve anything. Rose Knight deserves all of that, but Rose Knight is dead. She was never real. So fuck you, George. You did the wrong thing. Upsets me.
Yeah, disregarding all of that. And Cindy sees all her stuff in the garage because obviously they were going to go through it with Gina, but Gina's helping Jay. And then she's like, Elaine, did you fucking put all my shit in the garage? And then it turns out it was Anna who they were going to go deal with it later and wait till Gina's around. And, she kicks off at Elaine. And then they make peace for now. Obviously, it's not going to last because Cindy still loves George. And, I mean, who wouldn't? But it's still like peace has been made temporarily. And, they have a fun little lunch where they're both kind of taking the piss. And ultimately, it kind of allows them to not just be on angry terms. Elaine tries to get Anna to be like, look, your mum's trying. And this helps her and George's relationship. Like, it's all good. And now time to get onto the secret bidder stuff. Obviously, when talking about the secret bidder, they talk about the fact, oh yeah, you used to live here before. And so it is a man. So it's not Sam Mitchell. And also it is... And he's also very secretive about his return, which would fit the bill of it being Dean. And ultimately, Cindy wouldn't know what Dean did. She would have no idea, right? Like, why would it come up that Linda got raped by Dean? It wouldn't happen. And, as far as people are, as far as the judges and the courts go, Dean was innocent. Dean didn't do anything. He was legally, completely, allowed to roam free. So, it's like, it would make sense that it would be Dean because fundamentally, she wouldn't know that Dean was a rapist. And ultimately, she has no reason to expect that he would do anything else. Obviously, this is going to be like, I wouldn't mess it up, would I? When it is going to result that Cindy's going to be the one that's allowing Dean to return to the square.
But we already know who the secret bidder is. It's George.
They're still going along with the secret bidder, though.
But the secret...
they have gotten they are getting the Marbella money, but Cindy's still in partnership with a secret bidder, right?
Wait, so the secret bidder is George, though, isn't it?
No.
I'm so confused.
Well, no, it's just that they sorted out this deal before George had offered to give them half of the money, right?
Right.
But they still need the secret bidders money to actually get the fucking place.
Okay.
So George is not the secret bidder,
When will it be revealed?
I believe it's next week. So it'll be Halloween. And obviously Dean will be in the Vic, and then Linda will be in the Vic all sad because it's the first one without Mick, and then. What were you celebrating, guys? The new business owner of the pie and mash shop. And it's Dean, and she just looks fucking terrified. That's what I expect to happen. I think she'll get hints of it, and she'll be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And I can imagine the way he'll probably enter the Vic will probably mirror the way he's gonna die at Christmas, because they do love to do a bit of that foreshadowing on the show. That's what I'm thinking. That's what's coming to my brain as of now. But yeah, it would explain the secrecy. It would explain it being like, he's lived here before, and like Cindy has no idea who Dean is. She's never interacted with a fucker before. And if you are a rapist who was convinced that it was consensual, you're not going to go around saying, "Oh yeah, that Linda, yeah, we had a good time." And then she asks Linda, and she's like, "Sorry."
So wait, the fire is also next week, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
So we have to do a live watch along for next week.
I don't know. I keep doing that in the fucking clown theme, but maybe, probably, yes, yes.
Making me work.
Complaining, mate. It means you don't have to spend 5 hours watching the Eastenders for the podcast.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
like I was just making a joke earlier because obviously, I like to watch it slightly before. I don't want to watch all the 2 hours of Eastenders like just before I record, because I've done it before. It never feels good, or it's like I've watched the Eastenders, and then it's like, oh, I'll start watching the Eastenders now. I was like, oh, Jesus. But somehow Piggy manages to make watching 2 hours of Eastenders extend to about 4 hours. It's like, I'm not surprised that Piggy doesn't enjoy getting through it all at once. Like fucking, I'm just watching it casually, just got tea on the side. Piggy's like fucking setting up the picnic blanket, like, yep, there we are. Let's make an afternoon of this. Oh, it's just funny. It's funny.
I was again, how I do it for people who want to know. So I watch 2 episodes together, then go for a small little walk, get a Gatorade, get some fresh air, get a KFC, get something, and then obviously come back. And this time I had a shower. Play the episode in the background. That's why I missed probably half of Wednesday's episode, let's be honest. And that's it. Then I watch the other 2. So I make it about 3 hours. And that's just sat here, like...
I'm sat there waiting. Like,
Hello?
oh man, I'm having a rough week this week. Maybe we'll actually record the podcast early this time. Nah. Nah.
I'm hiding behind my mask.
Yeah, like, I've been wearing this fucking thing all day. All right, I've had to wee. All right, I'm not saying I've got a fairly sizable back, and it doesn't look like it in this fucking get up because it's just squeezing everything in. But like, I gotta be like, it's all gotta come up. It's like a cat suit. But yeah, that's enough of that. Let's talk about the J car crash. I've actually written some fairly concise notes to see the build-up of this. So Jay obviously continues to mess up. He can't help himself. He's at Gina's and he's at the Knights. He's in the Vic, having a kip on the sofa, and Gina wants to help him because Gina's Jay's mystery friend. Who said that? It was me.
It was actually Nadine. You got it wrong.
It was all me. Who said it was going to be Gina? Me. It was all me. And so obviously she's suffered with like abusing drugs before. She doesn't want to see Jay move into the same like habits and patterns. She's trying to help him. So he gets and obviously the bag of drugs, it's a baggie. The baggie of drugs gets found by George, who's like, you fucking got you little bastard. I'll fucking kill you. Confronts him. He's all like, what's going on, guys? And George's like, what are you fucking saying, boy? I'll walk over there and kick the shit out of you. And obviously Gina's a bit upset by this because she's been there. And, it means that Jay's thrown out of both. Because he's kipping in the car lot. He's been thrown out of his home. He no longer lives in the old home that I'm pretty sure is his. And now he can't even stay at the Vic because Gina's been helping him. Like, fucking, like everything bad happens to Millhouse. Well, Jay is Millhouse in this situation.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Like, he's just getting absolutely fucked at all times. But yeah, and I know in a confrontation with Billy, Ben, Lola's ashes get fucking smashed on the floor. And this wasn't Jay's fault. It's Billy's the one who fucking smashed it. Because he's going, give it here. Woo. It's like, what are you doing? Trying to backbreaker it? Like, just fucking hold it normally, you shite bag. What are you fucking doing? It's like, what? No. Why are you tussling with the ashes like you're playing tug of war? That's a fucking human's fucking dead dust. Stop fucking wrestling with the ashes. It's not Jay's fault they smashed. And then fucking Lexi comes in later like, oh, what happened? And then Ben goes, yeah, it's Jay's fault. It's all Jay's fault. It's like, fucking, you want to fight, motherfucker? I'm ready to go. I'm fully hyped up here.
Do you know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see a fucking Roderick Strong backbreaker to that arm. That's what I wanted to see.
It's just so mindlessly everything's Jay's fault.
Also, I'm gonna make this joke because haha, druggy. I'm surprised Jay did not snort the ashes.
Fucking hell, it's like a fucking airplane going in. But yeah, so Gina's obviously trying to help him, and eventually when
hold on, there wasn't actually ashes in that, was there not? It was like it was catnip, wasn't it, or cat litter?
It's just dust. It's just dust.
It wasn't. There was no one's actual ashes in there, was there?
No.
Oh God! Thank
just
God.
A prop.
Thank God. The fucking Chris Clenshaw's granny's like in the fucking arm. Well, I wanted to use her on set. Now I had a chance to.
But yeah, and then it all builds up, and when Lexi like walks out the house, looks at Jay, and just kind of just cries because she's like, "What the fuck's happened to you?" He decides to swan off to Margate, still high. And this is after a massive conflict as well in the Vic, where Ben just decides to start mouthing off about him doing drugs and him sleeping with a prostitute. And then they're all just like, oh, I can't stand it, look at you. And then, like, I know it's a fucking broken record at this point, but, like, just showing how like, Jay is the fucking black sheep of the family. Because anytime Jay gets some shit, get the fuck out, Jay, you're fucking useless. Anytime Ben does something, oh, Ben, you okay? You want a plaster for your knee? Oh, you're getting high and you're sleeping with men. Oh, sound. You're doing, like, hard drugs and you've overdosed. It's alright, Ben. It's all fine. It's fine. He was raped, That's fine to deal with it in that way. But the second Jay tries to deal with the fact that he's lost his soulmate, they're all, like, fucking throwing him out for no reason. And it was exemplified in this episode as, they're all, like, fucking posturing. Like, yeah, fuck you. Get out, Jay. You disgust me. How dare you? And then Gina's like, what the fuck are you guys on? You little bastard. You're all fucking frauds. You're all hypocrites. You're all little scum. You've all done fucking worse. You've all fucked up in different ways. What was Billy doing when fucking initially saw his nephew Jamie? He was beating fuck out of him. What was he doing? What was Ben doing last year? He was doing drugs. He was fucking random men. He was on the game. But Ben's allowed to do it because he's struggling. He's tragic. I've had enough. And it's supposed to be the whole point as, like, they're all fucking like, oh, I'll wipe my fucking hands with you, Jay. And it's like, Ben, your hands haven't been clean in fucking years, mate. Ben just keeps digging his hand in his hole, and he's like, why does it smell of poo? It's like, Ben, you just keep getting yourself into more problems, you little shitbag. You don't get to do this, like he's been getting counselling. I've been getting counselling, guys. I'm fixed. I get to rule what's good for Lexi. Like the fact that I wasn't there when her mum died, when she needed me the most. Like, fuck me. I've had enough. And there's more. There's fucking more. So it ramps up. And it ramps up, like, Gina stands up for Jay, like, against Ben, and just goes, look! Like, well, I suppose episode 3 ended as Gina's anxiously waiting at the car lot, like, for hours, and you see it, like past time as she's, like, waiting, frantically calling Jay, and then she sees that the fucking police are there. And it's like, oh, shit, you know, there's been an accident. And then this goes into the Vic, and they're all posturing, like, yeah, fuck Jay, the little shitter. Fuck him. And then obviously the police come in, and now they're doing a thing of like, look, are any of you his next of kin? Because we fundamentally can't tell you. And then everybody's like, nah, she's dead, lol. Yeah, but I mean, confidentiality, right? You're not.
I don't care.
You can't give out that information.
It doesn't matter if they're not family. You should
well, no. But it was the point, though. It was the point. It's how isolated Jay is. Jay's not technically related to any of them. It's still showing how alone Jay still is.
Yeah,
and
how
they obviously need to, like, you know, none of them are viewing him as family, despite saying, like, yeah, he's basically my brother, he's my son. And it's like, yeah, but you're not, though, and you haven't treated him like it. Treat him like he's that fucking abandoned loser. Why'd you keep getting into fights? I'm in care. What do I have to be proud about? You let me sit in care all my fucking life. You know, like, that's just... Obviously, Gina fucking yells at him, like, you're all hypocrites, fuck you. Fuck you all. Is someone actually going to go search for him? Is it just me? Am I the only one who actually gives a shit about him? And, you know, Ben's having a freak out. He's like, what am I supposed to do? And even Lexi is like, it's alright, Ben. It's alright. Like, she's 10. She's not supposed to be this smart. Fucking handle it yourself. It's implied that maybe... I don't know if it is that he was crying or he did relapse with his bulimia, because she's like, oh, you've been crying. And he's like, no. And obviously, you know, when you make yourself throw up, the fucking tears, like, kind of go because it fucks with your eyes. And and this is where Gina actually steps up as a character. You know, I can understand why nobody's been liking Gina up until now, because she's been very standoffish, very, like, feisty, very angry, doesn't really like a lot of people. But then she's with Cindy, and then she opens up, like, hey, the last time this happened to me, it was with my ex, Antonia, who died. And... you know, he introduced her to drugs, and, you know, that's not okay, but fundamentally, he was the center of her world, right? She was probably the love of his life up till this point, you know? But then she took all this pain and blamed herself, which probably explains the fucking drug habit. Like, I just want to feel like nothing, so... And, you know, a genuinely good scene where Gina's opening up to Cindy. You know, they're making progress. Fantastic. It's great EastEnders. And, you know, at the end of this fucking conversation, Gina calls Cindy mum for the first time. Pulling at my heartstrings, lads. Pulling at the old heartstring.
You're a bitch. You know that.
What?
Not you. Not you.
Okay. Oh, I'm just enjoying EastEnders.
Why are you calling her mom? She hasn't been your mom for 9 years. Get over it. Don't call her mom. She's a fucking loser. Cindy's a loser.
They actually have a hug, and it's all like, you know, progress is being made. Relationships.
I was shaking my head. I was shaking my head.
Should have been watching the EastEnders and not tonguing a Gatorade, you little bitch. But yeah, and in hospital as well. Obviously, Billy's fretting, just like, yeah, but I chose him. He was my boy by choice. He wasn't my son, but I chose him. And then he's like feeling bad, like, why did I look after him? I've not been good to him.
Can you not lie?
He had this conversation 2 fucking days ago. He had this conversation like, yeah, he's my son by choice. I'll look after him. You slept with a prostitute. You slept with a fucking prostitute, you little fucker. It's like, come on. Come on, please.
My problem is, can he not lie? Yeah, he is my son. They can't really check the birth certificate because you can just go, I changed my name.
I mean, ultimately, he tried, right?
Yeah, and then Honey, like the good citizen she is, well, actually, he's not her son. Just let him fucking lie. What the fuck are they gonna do? Arrest him? Oh, all because he found out about his mate that he wanted to find out about is in trouble. He's gonna get arrested because he is the legitimate father to his son. That is not his son. He just lied and said his name was insert dead parent here. You don't have to fucking say they're dead. You can just say you're that parent. Just lie and give them your name. And if they say you changed your name, simple. Just go you changed your name because you wanted a different life. So you had to get rid of it. But you are his real dad.
Yeah, I mean, simply saying I couldn't imagine. I just wouldn't work. It was a very like a lot of people are just like, why is this next to kin thing? And it's like, you can't share this information with anyone.
Yeah, worked in Ireland. I tell you that much.
Like you can't share it with anyone. Like it's a genuine patient confidentiality. You're not allowed to share it. It's the whole point. You're not allowed to share this shit.
But I'm just saying,
it's against the law.
I'm just saying, on a birth certificate, there should be like 3 or 4 next to kins, not 1. Because there should be a line of them in case one of them dies. Like, if your next to kin dies, and your brothers can't prove that they're your brother, there should be a line of next to kin.
Yeah, but alternatively, it's the whole point that Jay isn't actually related to any of them.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, they should, like who went, oh yeah, Lola's dead, we should change the next to kin. Surely your first instinct would be, Lola's dead, we should change the next to kin. Because,
yeah, but there's been other shit going on, right?
Who cares? That would be a priority, wouldn't it? Like if you're my next to kin and you die,
it's like well, parent wise, Lexi does have 3 dads. Like Jay, Callum, and Ben are her guardians, right? So
yeah, and hopefully Jay's down as the next to kin.
Like it's not one of those things where you have to go with the information we have in the system. So ultimately, where's Lola? She's dead. Well, get fucked. Like you can't change it. You can't suddenly be like, oh yeah, it's me. I'm the next of kin.
You can. You do know you can change your next of kin.
Yeah, but not. You can't change it as the police are saying, who's the next of kin? Oh, it's me. She's dead. It's me now. You can't fucking do that there. It's not how it works.
I don't want a next of kin is the problem, because if I just get in a car crash, I want to just be fucking dead. Just
there we are. Lovely little topical stuff. Happy Halloween, everyone.
But I do want to mention this before we talk about the ending. Again, I brought this up to Asher before the podcast started, but Travis was playing in the background, and my little ear heard this. So as they're all in the Queen Vic, like they're all all you hear in the background is, why does it always rain on me? Ever since I was 17. And as George walked into the kitchen, all I could hear was just the fucking, why does it always rain on me? And whoever did that is a fucking genius. I love it. No one else probably got it but me, and I'm so proud of that. You can fucking have your claim that you come up with the Dean mixed eyes on the floor. You can have your claim that Gina Knight was Jay's best friend, but I'm taking that.
Yeah. All right. There we are. And the rest of it is simply seeing, we see Jay, and he's obviously clearly in a bad way. He's in a critical condition. He could die. And the last scene is obviously Ben and Lexi are like, call him, and they're like, come on, Jay, you have to get better. And then I just really dislike Ben Mitchell. Jay, you're my brother from another mother. He's dying, all right? Fuck off. I need you, mate. I need you. I've not been there for you, but I need you. It's like, he's not hearing it. He's in a coma. He's in an induced coma. And you could have prevented it by not deciding that you're Kathy Beale in this situation and just saying, get the fuck out. Like, man alive. I fuck Ben Mitchell, man. I know it's been a running theme on the podcast. But
it's not even a gag. It's just
it's not a gag. It's just genuine. It's a deep-rooted concern. He's not even really had a major storyline this year, but he's just been in everybody's shit. Just leave me alone. Just give him a break. All right, let him do Christmas. Have him take a break. Have him go on a holiday for a while. Give him some fucking time to chill out and get his shit in order. And maybe then you can re-grab, like, you can grip what his character is. Because it's just an amalgamation of all the shit. And he desperately needs to stop being an entitled piece of shit. Like, yes, you are Phil Mitchell's son. Yes, that comes with baggage. Yes, you've had a horrifically traumatic life. But ultimately, so's Jay. So's half the people on the square. They're not walking around being an absolute cunt.
Also, I don't know if you heard it, but Jay brought up the forbidden word. He brought up the forbidden person. You dislike her. She's the original Karen.
Bianca?
No. She was the same size as Karen as well, just a bit wider.
Heather? Ah. Yeah. I don't hate Heather. I've softened on her a bit. I can appreciate what she did. She was a good comedy character. It's just I'm not gonna be one of those people signing the petition to bring her back as like as like Heather's twin, like heathen.
How would you even bring back Heather?
Well, but Cheryl Ferguson obviously just goes and does the, like, what if I was just a twin? You know, I'm not saying I could imagine her doing the "we're gonna do it anyway." Like, I'm not saying her and Barry need to do a duet of that, but they should. And
we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, banger.
Yeah, but there we are. That's kind of most of the EastEnders. Jay is in critical condition. He could die. Is he gonna die? No. Sorry, lads. He's in the night shoots. He's at Christmas. You're fine. And they're not killing off Jay in such a unremarkable fashion either. Like if they ever kill off Jay, which I can't imagine. I'm not saying he's got a job for life, but he's got a job for life. Unless he just self-destructs and like just starts like fucking snorting coke every fucking day for the week. But he's got a job for life. But yeah, that's another edition of Watching Walford. Honestly, I'm not feeling the awards this week.
Okay.
So it was a very it's just all of the awards are cool, like most improved Gina, underrated Gina. Like, you know, this week she stepped up as a character. She showed some depth. She's got a reason to be as like standoffish and like, fuck you. I'm not dealing with your shit. I've got my own shit to deal with. You know, she's got a good reason. Got to see more of the night stuff as well, which I do love. I do want to see Anna get more stuff. Well, basically, I'm not saying they've had a lot of screen time, but I don't think they've necessarily added much depth to the nights. And I know, obviously, the Christmas storyline, that's going to be the big one that binds everybody together, right? You know, that one is going to mean that they're fully established on the square. But fundamentally, I still feel like they're lacking a lot of depth right now. But I do like the direction we're going in, rather. I'm not saying they're shit and they need to leave. It's saying it's been a slow burn, but we are slowly getting there, and that's been the important part. So let's just do some vague final thoughts. What did you reckon of the week, mate?
Hold on. I'm gonna do a stretch. Will I put the mask on for this?
If you want, mate.
Okay. You want to do your final thoughts when I put the mask on?
It was a good week. I enjoyed it. I'm not necessarily believing much. We're ramping up towards Halloween. Should be exciting. And I don't know. I am enjoying it. It's good fun. It's been a good week. I still love how we do rotate these characters a decent amount. Like, I'm not a fan of block storytelling, fundamentally, but I know that it's a soap and you have to cycle through the different stuff. And EastEnders is the one that manages to kind of avoid doing this to such an extent. Like, everybody kind of gets their payoffs at 1 week, or everybody at least gets a big payoff at least 1 or 2 weeks of the month. So, like, I do worry, like, in Hollyoaks, the block storytelling is absolutely fucking rough. As is Corrie, honestly. Not sure about Emmerdale. But EastEnders does a good job of building up these little moments, making it a big moment, making it exciting and interesting to watch. And then we carry on. So yeah, it was a fantastic week. I enjoyed it a lot. It's nice to see Jay actually get some storylines. And I hope we do start to mend now. I hope we start to rebuild. But I hope once he does, like, get his shit together, I'm not saying get him with Gina, because they work, but also get him with Gina, actually have him start to move on in a healthy way, and don't just sideline him again. Don't make him a fucking, like, a chess piece in Ben Mitchell's game of chess. Like, give him his own stuff to do. Because if I was Jay, I don't want to be a part of the Mitchells anymore. They're dickheads. None of them fucking actually give a shit about me. And I don't know, that's just kind of, like, if I was Jay, I'd be fucking setting up away from the Mitchells doing my own shit. But there we are. What are your final thoughts, mate?
Hold on. Oh, Jesus. There we go. My final thought, really, you can hear the echo on this. My final thoughts are, it's been a good week. Not much Halloween decorations out in the square, sadly, which saddened me. Thought, like, there'd be spooky decorations out, because Halloween and all of that, but no, saddens me. Maybe they'll have Halloween decorations out on Monday and Tuesday.
They will.
So yeah, it's been good. Can't wait to see next week when the secret bidder is probably revealed. And if it is Dean Wicks, they've been kept under wrap for a while. Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't leak, unless somehow Ash reads an article now saying it's been leaked. So yeah, that's all. I guess I'll do. Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. I guess I'll do the outro now, will I?
Yeah, all good.
Follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram and Twitch at Watching Walford. You want wrestling content? We'll give you wrestling content. Follow us on One More Match, 182, for wrestling nonsense. Nonsensical things. So yeah, and if you want some hardcore action, and I'm not talking pornography, I'm talking about EastEnders, Hollyoaks, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, Doctors, Neighbours, Home and Away, Fair City. You can follow us on Watching Walford on YouTube to get all this kind of content. And just remember, if it's not spooky, is it really pooky? So yeah.
Yep. Alright. Sorry, I didn't want to hijack that for nothing, but I have got nothing. As said before, thank you all for keeping with us, keeping up to date, keeping on track, and keeping us sane. Having the channel still grow, and it's just, it's you reach a point where a channel grows where you start to, I don't think I'll ever take it for granted, but it is so fucking nice to see all the comments just rain on in, all the views, like, we're making steady progress to our goals, and that's just really fucking cool. And I do just want to appreciate every single one of you who do still watch the podcast, still watch all the extra videos in between. And I love all the people who, I just really appreciate all the people who just give us their time. Because we are simply just two fuckers who decide to talk about EastEnders and later other soaps, and to have a platform that we have in this situation, kind of ridiculous. But it's nice to believe that hard work does pay off, time investment pays off, and we're just going to keep going up and up from here. But as said before, I've been Ash from Watching Walford, and I've been joined by Piggy.
Yeah, again, I give you all the social media. So again, just like I said before, if it's not spooky, it's a pooky.
Exactly. Fucking words of advice to live by. Write it on my tombstone. Or Piggy's, not mine. I'll probably be burnt.
I'm getting a mushroom grave, I'll have you know.
Alright. Why?
So people can eat my mushrooms. Just like how the body of Christ is Jesus. The body of Piggy will be mushrooms.